why weren't you hugged as a child, Donald Trump? Like, what happened in your family? Like, if his dad, who was abusive, not in a sexual way, but just abusive and pressuring him, maybe was a nicer guy. Maybe Donald Trump wouldn't be president, wouldn't be this kind of horrible human being he is, who needs this sycophant salute.
Yeah. I know as a human and a comedian, you watched that cabinet meeting. Was it 3 hours, Jody?
It was a 3-hour tour, like Gilligan's Island was supposed to be.
Yeah, we were. Michael on Blue Sky frequently does way over the top, like love posts for me, and I read them just to be funny. I'm like, it literally would be 3 hours of me reading Michael from Blue Sky quotes about how fantastic I am. What's his name? Witkoff said, "There's only one thing I wish for: that the Nobel Committee finally gets its act together." Noble. He called it Noble.
Yes, the Nobel Committee.
Finally gets its act together, realizes you are the single finest candidate since that Nobel Award was ever talked about. And Brian says, Trump cronies. No one deserves the Nobel Peace Prize more than dear leader. Rest of the world. For what? Trying to force Ukraine to capitulate to the country that attacked it? I don't know. Helping Netanyahu, complete the genocide? Seriously?
Do you know what? And I'm not even kidding. After Witkoff said that, you could hear members of the cabinet say amen. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not joking. It's in the reporting. Some of them said amen. I'm needy. Who needs this? Like, why weren't you hugged as a child, Donald Trump? Like, what happened in your family? Like, if his dad, who was abusive, not in a sexual way, but just abusive and pressuring him, maybe was a nicer guy. Maybe Donald Trump wouldn't be president, wouldn't be this kind of horrible human being he is, who needs this sycophant salute. The Secretary of, Commerce said, we have a huge, big picture of you. It's huge. It's like something in the Middle East of the king.
Yeah.
Come see it. We're going to be studying this in the future. I don't think J.D. Vance, if he becomes president one day, ever gets this kind of accolades, nor do I think he really would want it. Trump is a unique villain that we're living through. He's a really unique villain.
This one yesterday, because it's hard to keep up with fascism news, Trump is moving to take over management of D.C.'s Union Station from Amtrak. It's more federal control of local infrastructure, a massive big government expansion, a step closer to state-run socialism. MAGA is cheering for socialism and fascism because Trump will gain control. And meanwhile, they're freaking out over socialist Mamdani in New York. And meanwhile, we're gonna have 10% of Intel. And I mean, I had to ask Jody, wait, who made the trains one on time? I'm like, oh, Mussolini.
Yes.
Right. I couldn't remember which dictator. Yeah, Mussolini made the trains. I mean, we're literally, that's where we are.
Trump, Hugo Chavez would be very proud of Donald Trump following the playbook of nationalizing private industry. And the Union Station, he's going to redesign it where it's going to be the Trump station, T station. It's all about Trump. It'll be the gold from the White House all over there. Trains I don't know if they'll run on time or not, but they're going to run. Trump will be the voice. The Amtrak voice will be changed. Like when you get on the train, it'll be Donald Trump in the quiet car. Everyone will be quiet. The quiet car.
He wouldn't survive in the quiet car.
Oh my God!
Because he never shuts
and that's a need for them to take it. He's got troops in the streets of D.C.
Yeah.
He goes, I want the train station thing. Next, it's the airport. And he goes on. Like, where does it end?
So many people, Dean, making good points just about because people in America, we've never seen this before. Actual fascism, authoritarianism in our country. I mean, Justin Wolfers, who's the economist, said, case study, Erdogan replaced technocrats with loyalists and kept rates low when they needed to rise. Inflation soared to 86% and is still painfully high. That's the playbook Trump is floating. Keep the Fed independent if you want low inflation without the drama. I mean, we were just saying the fact that every country in the world has stopped shipping to the United States because of tariffs. How many times
our economy is on borrowed time? I really get this sense that something is right beneath. I don't think it's going to collapse, nothing like that. But inflation is going to start creeping up, especially for the holiday season. We're all going to see it. Consumer confidence report earlier this week, it went down. People are concerned about their jobs. Inflation jobs report was so bad, Trump fired the person in charge of jobs data. They want to do propaganda for us. So I'm concerned about our economy for all people. And with the cuts to Medicaid, ACA subsidies, the fact that it's going to have a Medicare with sequestration, the safety net's gone as well. You're really going to have a have and have not society where the middle class shrinks and stability goes away. And it should be concerning for everybody, left and right. It should be deeply concerning.
Dean, put your lawyer hat on. I just saved this tweet. I saved this tweet for you. In a world first, Pam Bondi fails to indict a ham sandwich. Now, so they failed to indict the sandwich thrower. And you can tell us how unusual it is, right? Because that is the joke: is you could indict a ham sandwich. So Jeanine Pirro, I guess, was probably slamming Jägermeister with Pete Hegseth all night because 3 times she's failed to win. Right? This is 3 grand juries said no.
People are found for the ham sandwich all the time. They're like, we rule for the ham sandwich. It's been through a lot.
The people versus the ham sandwich. Yes.
Look, I mean, obviously, Glenn Kirschner lived this experience in that very grand jury room for 30 years, prosecuting in the District of Columbia. And, when you're doing a prosecution, when you're before the grand jury, the other side's not present. There's no lawyers to the side. You just tell the grand jury whatever you want. And here it is. I mean, you can't make up facts, but here are the facts. Here's whatever they want to show them. And the burden of proof to get an indictment is it's like probable cause. It's like just 51%. And she couldn't do it. But it's not the first time. I was reading Jeanine Pirro, in between spritzers, is not doing a good job in the district, the D.C. U.S. attorney. They've had a few cases that have not gone well. They've had to drop charges. She's all about politics, and the courtroom is not. And the grand juries are taking their obligation very seriously, and they should.
Yeah.
If they've not the evidence there, don't indict.
You're right.
What a failure. What an abject failure this woman is.
Yeah. Covey said a grand jury declines to indict Sandwich Guy. Another embarrassing fail for Jeanine Pirro. To be a fly on the wall in her office, right? Just... Pete Hegseth, get in here! Bring the fireball!
There are flies in my spritzer. Like, she is not good. When Trump picked, the only thing redeeming Trump's goals of absolute power are undermined by the absolute incompetence of the people surrounding him. So on some level, we're lucky. The only one that knows a little bit, Scott Bessent, Secretary of Treasury, which, being objective, the others are really just incompetent sycophants. And in the long run, that might help us. It might save us.
Yeah.
In fact, plus, we have to save ourselves.
Yeah. Well, okay. You were just talking during the break with Jody about this cabinet meeting. We were just saying we're a laughing stock in North Korea. They're like, oh, please dial it back. But this tweet, that cabinet meeting was chilling, absolutely unhinged. Harris was right. If this democracy doesn't survive Trump, it won't be because of the man. It will be because of the capitulation. I mean, and that's really it. The people have to remember going to the midterms, Dean, it is this whole party has not a shred of self-respect, I guess, decency.
The pursuit of power at any and all costs. The morals don't mean anything. Values don't mean anything. It's power for power's sake. Like, for example, sending the troops to Chicago. And the MAGA is cheering. Do you think MAGA and Trump care about Democrats living in Chicago and want to protect us? No, it's not about crime. It's about control. That's why they're cheering. They want to oppress us. They're sending the military to occupy us. So, to me, the 2026 election, and I hate to use this analogy, but I think it's true. It's like the Battle of Gettysburg in the Civil War. We're going to be overrun. We have to win in 2026. Yeah. Those are the stakes. We're fighting a new Confederacy who wants to impose a new apartheid. The idea of the Voting Rights Act not applying at all based on race. That's what Louisiana is literally arguing before the Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. Next, they'll come for the Civil Rights Act, saying racial discrimination should no longer be the law in this land or should only apply to white people, that's their next argument. So we are dealing with a movement that wants to impose a modern-day apartheid in the United States of America, and that their people have all the power.
Yep. Fred Gutenberg was just talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene because, of course, she's the first one that jumped on the trans issue with this latest shooting tragedy when everything else in his ideology is the typical far-right white supremacist ideology that all of these shooters espouse. But I always say follow the money. Hanira says, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene's financial disclosures show she bought stocks in companies like Palantir just days before ICE awarded them a $30 million contract. That Palantir stock surged 142% afterwards. This whole thing is a smash and grab, as Frangela always says.
And that's one of the traits of the autocratic fascist regimes, right? The people in the inner circle, look, Trump has made billions, at least on paper.
That's what dictators do. He doesn't care if he breaks the country. Exactly. He's going to make money, and his friends.
And his kids are making money with the money from the UAE into the Bitcoin investment. You've got Jared Kushner and Trump's daughter making $2 billion from Saudi Arabia. They're just throwing money. This is old time. It is rank corruption that we have not seen in the modern era from the White House before. We've had corruption in America before, but this is off the charts. And the problem is, Stephanie, there are no checks on Donald Trump.
Yeah.
We don't live in a democratic republic if that's defined by having checks in Congress or the courts, Supreme Court. Neither one
just
will
said
check
it.
him.
I can do whatever I want. I'm president of the United States. I mean, all right, you have to take off your lawyer hat now. Put on your little comedian hat with the jingly
Oh my God,
jingly
I love
balls, the balls on it.
Chapeau, I put it on.
Because I just with everything going on. The latest, did you see this? Trump railed against Seth Meyers
Yeah.
in a social media post in the wee hours of the morning. We are just in the stupidest timeline that will ever be. He said, there's a sick rumor going on. The fake news NBC extended the contract to one of the least talented late-night television. I mean, he is targeting comedians one by one because we're the truth tellers. These are the people doing better journalism than most journalists, right?
Sure, Colbert, Seth Meyers, South Park, me at times.
John Fugelsang.
Fugelsang.
But first of all, his contract.
Seth Meyers was renewed last year. Like,
I was just going to say, he was just renewed. He's extended through 2028. Like, why is he getting in the middle of? So he's going to try, and then he basically makes the threat, why would fake news extend this dope's contract? I don't know, but I'll definitely be finding out. So he's going to go threaten them now to get rid of Seth Meyers, like he took credit for Colbert's cancellation, right?
I don't think Seth's going anywhere. He has his contract through 2028. I don't think Jimmy's going anywhere. I mean, Colbert, sadly enough, is going somewhere. But when he leaves, he'll have a new platform to be out there and fighting Trump every single day.
Yeah.
The war on comedy is also what dictators do. I performed in the Middle East. When you're in the Middle East, one of the rules are you can't mock the leader. That's the rule.
How you fight back? You listen to the Dean Obadala Show right here on Sirius XM. We love you, Dean. Thank you, honey. Well, CPAP machines are the worst, right? Who can sleep at night with that mask and hose strapped to your face? But without it, breathing is disrupted, and if you have a higher risk of dementia, stroke, heart disease, or premature death, the bottom line is if you snore now, you are at heightened risk of requiring a CPAP machine later. So now is the time to stop snoring. One of the smartest, fastest, easiest ways to stop snoring is Zypa. Zypa is the comfortable doctor-designed mouthpiece that can stop snoring as fast as the first night. Don't be fooled by imitators. Zypa was proven in a 600-patient clinical trial, and with over 500,000 units sold, Zypa is the stop snoring device that we trust. No more being nudged awake for snoring. No more sleeping in separate rooms. No more feeling tired and foggy all day due to lack of sleep. Look, this may be your last best chance to solve your snoring problem now, or face having to wear that CPAP mask later. Zypa, that's Happy Z spelled backward. I want you to try it with my special discount. Get 20% off and free shipping if you visit zyppah.com. Use that promo code SNORE. Again, the promo code is SNORE at zyppah.com.